are in the last chance saloon. Dignitas did play against NIP on Cash earlier today. And if you're a Virtus.pro fan just joining us, I've got to warn you, it wasn't pleasant viewing. Dignitas destroyed NIP on that map, and so we'll be feeling pretty confident going into this one against VP, who themselves are not too shabby on it. So, here we go, it'll be Snacks. Oh, what a hit! That is ridiculous! As he dispatches of Dupree, AZ goes down as well. Virtus.pro, 2 frags to the good. And this is just what the doctor ordered, as they will look to now try and close this one out as Pasha goes in and controlling that area as Device and Xipnix say, yeah, we're not quite ready to give this round up. They'll move across now as Xipnix is going to try and quickly get out of there and over towards that site as it'll be Virtus.pro, who now are aware of where Xipnix is. Bomb has been planted, and Xipnix is doing an awesome job of just being a real nuisance. In the end, he goes down, but Device finishes off Neo, and he's got only a handful of health to finish this one out, and Taz will get that one, and Virtus.pro will get the pistol. Just as a reminder, we have to hold short of saying, he's going to be, because the players have reported they can hear us. So, Dignitas lose that round, but what a hit that was from Snacks. Love to see that on an instant replay at some point.
How long ago has it been since they've reported that they can hear what we're saying?
NIP said it every game.
No one told me that. Oh dear. I think we're going to have words with Henry, because he was boasting earlier on that he designed these soundproof booths, but they obviously don't seem to be very soundproof. So Henry, if you're out there, sort it out next time. But no, I'm just kidding. We all love Henry. And here we go. Snacks is being pushed by AZ and Co, who have only the pistols in hand. Neo as well with the FAMAS. Out comes the USP. Pasha joins in on the action. And Dignitas just mowed down by Virtus.pro, as people like to call them.
VP get themselves that round, and it was definitely a bit of a team hug after that first round from VP. If you look down to the right-hand side, you can see them. They were desperate to try and motivate themselves and get themselves out of this rut. As much as they may have been on holiday or whatever, they're a team full of winners. Taz absolutely hates to lose. He's a man who wears his heart on his sleeve, if you know him well. And he does not come to events and say, well, semi-finals will be good. He comes to events and says, winning would be good, anything else would be terrible. Dignitas side now trying to control this mid-area as they send Xipnix out, and it'll be Taz when the smoke clears. He'll see 3 Danes. He can't see anything. He's just trying to see if anyone jumps up towards those vents, and again can't get shot, and we'll have to just report the information and fall back. It's Neo who will see action, and Neo who will get the kill. It's Fetish out of the count, and now going forward, Neo claims frag number 2 onto Device, and 3, and 4, one behind him. Oh, would have been 5. AZ in the end down by Snack. Great play from Neo. And that will be 3 rounds to 0, but the real fun starts here on the first buy round.
Yeah, it does, and I think one interesting point that's probably worth mentioning is that earlier on, when we saw Virtus.pro play Team Dignitas on Nuke, Virtus.pro had the choice of either Cash or Nuke in the veto. Now, Virtus.pro decided to go with Nuke because they'd already played a game on Cash where they collapsed and ended up losing the game. But so far, so good up against Team Dignitas, but they are on their least favored T side, because we all know that Team Dignitas are just absolute counter-terrorist powerhouses. Like you said earlier on, they're CT biased. But anyways, Pasha with AK-47 at mid. He's going to renew that smoke. He's, in fact, seen a few of the Dignitas boys. He's going to pull the trigger on a few of them. Wow, hat-trick from Pasha. Not too shabby against the Eco. And again, Virtus.pro.
Yeah, they get a good Eco conversion there, as they would expect from themselves on that. And that'll be 4-0. And they need to rack up these points on the board. They need to build as much of a confidence buffer, if anything else. And let's see what they can do here as we go into round number 5. Dig on a buy, and Device is the man who will look to make something happen. He will be elevated into position by Xipnix, and that nade will come in, and Snacks gets first frag. It's Fetish that goes down, and Device, having fired that first shot, has already been outed as being in position, and they really limits where he can roam with that AWP. Pasha now will smoking, and they're just looking for Device. Device really isolated up there. He wants to get that kill. He wants to open up that area for Dupree to charge on him, but hasn't happened. And Xyp9x will move around the other side to try and entertain the idea of a rotation out of there. But Device just gets the kill in the end, and that's what he wanted. That will unleash the man who was just down to his left, forget who it was. And Device now pulls back, and Dignitas are ready to make their commitment. 4-on-4, Xyp9x. Sat waiting, Dignitas just about ready to make their move here, and it's Neo who got a forfeit just 2 rounds ago. Will try to help himself to his first, but no, AZ quickly picks off Neo and then goes down as he tries to make a move over towards that site. But it cost them the life of Snacks as well on the other side. Xyp9x getting that, and now it's on Bjarly and Taz to not only rotate, but defuse and get 3 kills as they spy nothing. Dignitas great at just being invisible at the right moment. That forces Bjarly to come into an unfavorable position where he helps himself to the first. Can he get the second? Oh, Bjarly, take a bow as he dispatches of 2 Dignitas players. Taz helps him out with the third. And that was exceptional from Bjarly.
Yeah, it most certainly was, and that is going to put them 5 rounds up. And I'm going to be fully honest, 3 versus 2. I was looking at Virtus.pro, I thought, nah, they're not going to be able to retake this bomb site. Team Dignitas are sitting far too deep. They're not showing anything to the CTs. But it just goes to show what Bjarly is capable of doing. He is, of course, the new blood that the old schoolers like Neo and Taz and Pasha added to their side when they made changes. Once upon a time when CSGO first came out. But here we go. Pasha finally has his favoured weapon in the AWP in hand. And he's currently eyeing mid, and there we have it, the first frag onto Device. And can Virtus.pro make it 6? And I was talking earlier on about how aggressive Virtus.pro are, and Henry also mentioned earlier on that Cash is all about the mid control, and it's exactly what Virtus.pro are doing. They're going aggressive at mid, they're pushing down, they're placing those defensive smokes down, they're not giving Dignitas any room to breathe. And they're really making it look easy. They're making they're making Cash look what Dignitas 2 looked for Team Dignitas, if that makes any sense. I think I could have said that better, but yeah, you know what I mean.
6 rounds on the board for VP, and yeah, they'll be flowing with confidence. They've had some very close calls, though. They've had some moments where VP will have felt or Dignitas will have felt they could have taken it, but you'd be looking for something more from Device when he next gets that AWP, because he plays the big role. He plays a role that has to open up that mid area if he can get the first pick, but they're not quick to get him up there, and the nades haven't helped them. So we'll see. This is a CZ round that hasn't yielded much of a result for Dignitas. In fact, it's a 5-round clean sweep, and VP are up 7-0. And look at their scoreboard there, 7 rounds down, and only some 12 kills on the board for Dignitas.
And they are going to need a heck of a load more than 12 kills if they are going to salvage anything from this game as it stands right now. But hey, it's not the end of the world. It's only 7-0. We've seen Team Dignitas, we've seen many Team Dignitas teams over the years, particularly in Counter-Strike, come back from a lot worse. So interesting change from Pasha. He was normally going towards mid with that AWP to try and get the frag above where Dupree just was, but now they're changing it around. He's decided to go over towards, I think it was towards the B bomb site and see if he can get an early pick there. But look who it is. It's in fact Device, who I think he's waiting for Pasha here, but he's gonna sight Neo. Should Neo push out, and oh no, he missed the shot, a big mistake from Device. And while that could have been a nice and tasty opening frag for Team Dignitas, but they don't care at the moment. They're going to push all into this A bomb site. It's do or die. Dupree and AZ explode all over the bomb site, and the bomb will go down as Neo and co will try to retake it and fight back and prevent the bomb from going down. Can Virtus.pro make it 8-0, or will Team Dignitas finally welcome themselves to the scoreboard? It's 4 versus 3. The bomb has finally gone down. AZ, lovely headshot, crisp headshot onto the head of Pasha. That's the AWP down. Snacks is going to try and retake this bomb site with a very, very, very heavily injured Neo to his left-hand side. And as that bomb ticks, something tells me in the back of my head that I just can't see Virtus.pro retaking this one. Have I spoken too soon? You know what? I've spoken too soon. Snacks 1 versus 1. The smoke comes out. That bomb is still ticking, though. I don't know whether he'll be able to defuse on time. Out comes the knife. We saw him try this on Dust 2, but he's not going to get it. And Team Dignitas, welcome to the scoreboard.
They get themselves around there, but nice play. They're using the AWP, using Device as basically saying, this is like every other round, we're going to try and push mid. But actually, they weren't. Device was a beautiful faker, if you will, as to suggest all was normal. And see whether they can replicate that. But, of course, also worth remembering, they lost all 5 men in that round despite winning. And, they've moved the AWP this time onto their glorious leader. Area, a bit of a ghost town at the moment as Zipnix and Dupree will regroup and head on down in towards the area, looking for someone. Dignitas, they were hoping for a pick. They moved out into a couple areas, they left the bomb behind. They're hoping they find a pick and then make their move, just react off the VP defense. But that hasn't opened up for them at all. They haven't got any real information. Now they're going to have to commit. The nades come out. Bjarli will be the first one that sees action here. He gets himself a frag onto Zipnix, and then will poke his head out, get a second. That's the bomb carrier. That's AZ that goes down. Can he follow that up with a third? It's AZ, I think, coming in on the other side. No, AZ's already down, and there's 3 already wounded and very quickly dying Dignitas players. That's a great round from Virtus.pro. They are 8-1 up here.
And on Dust 2, we saw Virtus.pro finally get their second round on the board, and Team Dignitas shut them down straight away, because CS can be a game of momentum, and you don't want your opponents to build that momentum. And we've seen Virtus.pro do exactly to Team Dignitas what Team Dignitas did to them, and I said it right this time round. But here we go, round number 10. Team Dignitas with only pistols in hand, and the vast majority of them are going towards the A bomb site, where they'll have a very eager Bjarli to deal with. Taz gets the double. Now Bjarli, no, it was actually Pasha who got that frag. Taz with the hat trick, and everyone's clapping, and it does really seem like Virtus.pro are fan favorites here, Stu.
Just want to see a good game. And
Counter-Strike is always good.
for Dignitas, they're going to have to get themselves 3 or 4 on the board in these remaining 4 rounds so that they can have something to play with in that second half. And yes, they'll go on to their favored side. And yes, they have looked good, but they've got to give them a margin for error. Otherwise, it'll be potentially over after the pistol. Dupree gets in towards position now as that Molotov goes down on the exit in towards mid. Dupree pushes in with assistance coming in the shape of Pasha, who helps himself to... No, it's Taz who helps himself to the first. Pasha's there. Neo and Snacks to bind. And that Dignitas attack just never got going. They never got out. And what was interesting, after the Dignitas side players came out, there was a 3-man firing squad laying down in towards that mid area that just were pretty unopposed.
And again, it's going back to what Henry was saying earlier on. Cash is all about the mid control, and Virtus.pro, so far they've shown us exactly how to take control of mid on the underscore Cash, based on what we've seen so far. And this is the problem for Team Dignitas at the moment. They keep being forced back onto these eco rounds, onto the CZ75 rounds. And the problem is, those pistols, they're overpowered and they're good, but you want to utilize them at close range. And at mid, you can't really do that. But look at this. Taz has managed to go unnoticed all the way towards T-spawn. I think he's heard that the terrorists are in fact at mid. Pasha is going to come round the other side to try and prevent the A push. He's going to pull the trigger. He's not going to get any kills. Taz manages to get Zipnix through the wall. And I think if Team Dignitas had AK-47s, that may have ended very, very differently, but don't count them out just yet. 3 versus 2. It's M4s versus a CZ75 and a silenced M4. Great shot from Dupree. It's 1 versus 2. We've seen Fetish do it before, and unfortunately, the Team Dignitas leader didn't have it in the bag that round. 11-1 is the score.
That is a very lethargic high five that those VP players just gave each other. as they still carry the weight of that first map defeat. They want to make sure that they could leave little hope for Dignitas at half-time. We've still got some 3 rounds left in this, and Dig just have to get something on that board. They have to get 2 or 3. Otherwise, they're, even as great as they've played in this tournament, they're leaving no room for error. As they push in, Dupree gets himself a frag onto Taz as Pasha helps himself to 2 more, and here comes Pasha once more. Is there a hat-trick for him? You bet there is, and he will go looking for the next. Zipnix will stop that, but the damage is done. Fetish is on 4 health, and that nade comes flying past the ear of Bjarli. He will be spotting Zipnix and damaging Zipnix as the next man moves in. It's that AWP from Snacks. Picks away all 4 of those points of health that Fetish had. And now it's Zipnix or bust for Dignitas against 3 VP players. And this really has thus far been a game of 2 halves. The first, Dignitas' stomp, and the second, thus far, has been all Virtus.pro. Will be Inferno to decide this game if we need it. Virtus.pro are wanting to get there. It's 12-1.
Yep, it definitely looks like we might need Inferno, but who knows? Because Team Dignitas, we've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. They do favour the CT side. I'm not sure how their cash is. I'm not sure if they've played cash early on in the tournament, but maybe if they can squeeze out 12-3, they might stand a small chance. Who knows? There we go. Smoke down at mid. And again, that smoke allows Virtus.pro complete control of mid. They just put it down. Team Dignitas are absolutely blind as a result of it, and Pasha just pushes all the way down. But it is going to be the man from Denmark in Zipnix to get the first blood frag onto Taz. So let's see whether Team Dignitas can build on it, and I think they might do. Prey nails Bjarli in the head. It's 5 versus 3 now. Pasha's rotated all the way around to the A bomb site. He has Easy to deal with. He pulls the trigger, gets 2, and well, Pasha, he's one of those players. He's a brilliant player. He's difficult to shut down, but it is still advantage Dignitas, and the second I say that, it goes 2 versus 2, and with 55 seconds on the clock, anything is possible. The bomb is down on the floor. They need to pick it up, and Fetish is missing these AWP shots. Finally registers, and what can Snacks do here all by himself? 2 versus 1. He has an AWP, the big green gun, but he still has Fetish to deal with, who is hovering in and around mid somewhere. So he's probably gone for what I would have done. He's traded the AWP for the M4, and he'll definitely know from Pasha's calls that the bomb is down on the A bomb site, and he knows that with only 20 seconds to go, the bomb will most likely go down on the A bomb site. I thought he was going to make a runner towards B there, but here we go, 10 seconds and counting. It's going to be Dupree, plant the bomb. Fetish to his right, Dupree to his left. He's going to get absolutely surrounded, but Snacks, if there's one player on this Virtus.pro side who can pull this clutch out the bag, it was going to be Snacks, but Dupree timed to perfection, and Team Dignitas finally have their second round on the scoreboard.
They do. Nice 2-on-1 after plant play there from Dignitas. If Dupree was going to go down, he was always going to have a second man coming out firing at the exact right moment. And yes, there is... you would always want Snacks to do something like that, but no, that doesn't always pay off. We're on the last round of this first half, and Virtus.pro with a triple auto sniper defense as they cash in and look to close out with a 13-2 lead. Dignitas make themselves somewhat hard to find. They're getting ready to push in. Snacks has himself a hit onto Fetish that converts, as he will now move on out. Dupree gets himself the next as Pasha goes down. Snacks' auto sniper does the damage. Neo then moves in with the more traditional M4 as device is down. Dupree returns to favor, and Neo is out for the count. Now we have 3-on-2. And only 2 auto snipers left in this one, as Taz is going to get picked off by Zipnix. And it's 2 auto snipers left, as Snacks is down to 34 health, as Dupree does connect with a little bit of that. And they've isolated him up here, but minus that bomb, they're a little bit weak, and the two auto snipers do finish it off. Zipnix and Dupree down, and that will be Virtus.pro bringing us into halftime at 13-2, and quite the turnaround.
Yeah, and if Virtus.pro win this pistol round and capitalise on what should be 2 bog-standard rounds afterwards, then it will be GG already. And do you think they can do it?
Well, I mean, from a pistol round scenario, you've got to say that is a bit of an equalising situation, but Team Dignitas, there'll be no worries on that side. One bad map doesn't result in a bad team, that's for damn sure. And they will be still confident, still level-headed, and will still definitely believe that they can do this no matter the scoreboard.
Here we go. Where are Virtus.pro going to go with their pistols? We see a CZ75 in the hands of Dupree. An interesting buy. It's not very common we see the CZ come out on the pistol round, but Dupree has gone for it. Let's see what's going to happen. Pasha on only 40 points of health. Zipnix has spotted them. That nade should do a heck of a load of damage. In fact, it does, as Zipnix puts the flash down on the floor. I think it's only going to be a matter of time until he's going to be greeted by a heck of a load of poles on top of this A bomb site. We've got a kill from Device, another from Device, but before you know it, it's just all kicking off. And Neo in the 1v1 manages to somehow squeeze out that kill. And Virtus.pro got exactly what I wanted them to get, 14-2, and it looks like Inferno might become a reality.
You wanted them to get it.
Yeah, we all want to see a third map, dude.
14-2, VP get the pistol and should now be able to convert this out into a map win, as Team Dignitas were only 14 points of health away from winning that pistol exchange with some 9 frags in it. But it'll be Fetish to connect on the first frag. It's Neo that goes down. Taz brings normal service back as he kills Dupree. As it'll be Fetish also outed as the killer of Neo is revenged. And VP making sure that this CZ round from Team Dignitas doesn't have the effect it did on Dust. Snack's going to lead that charge in now as he drops down looking for next Device to his left. No, Device is over there as he will go in. It's Hazy that'll see action first. Hazy got one to the right, one to the left. Is going to connect with the first frag, but too little too late with more charging on in towards that site. Device is going to have to go huge here. Zipnix alone and without any friends in that site. As he gets the first frag, Pasha is there, and the one thing Zipnix would have loved would be to go into an afterplant situation and having picked up one of the rifles from the 3 dead Virtus.pro players' side, but that hasn't happened, and he and that CZ are going to have to go in. And just as I say that, he went for the gun, he took the bait, and they took him down. Map point, Virtus.pro, some 13 of them.
Yeah, the Team Dignitas, naturally, they're just going to force buy whatever they can. You see mainly Desert Eagles coming out. Zipnix has gone for the CZ79, but up against Virtus.pro, their aggressive playstyle and those AK-47s, I'm not going to lie, I don't really fancy them. And like I said, who wouldn't want to see a third map? Would end up being Inferno. So here we go. Pasha is in Big Garage towards mid, while Snacks and Neo toy with the CTs in and around this B bomb site. I think Snacks caught a glimpse of Fetish. AZ is in fact hiding round the corner, so hopefully they will check their corners should Virtus.pro decide to push towards this smaller B bomb site. Pasha at mid, spots someone to his left, and I think he knows that Device is lurking up close and personal, and Pasha, he doesn't miss from there. That's going to be first blood in favour of the Poles, but Pasha has been left bleeding pretty damn hard on only 3 points of health. So at the moment, it really looks like Virtus.pro is setting up in such a manner where they're trying to keep any engagements at long range. They know that CZ75s and the Desert Eagles won't be able to do much from such a long distance. They want to utilize the weapon advantage they have, and Taz gets one. He should get two. Oh no, he's run out of ammo. AZ, is he going to drop him? Oh my days, they're going to knife each other, and Taz knifes AZ, and not a bad way.